Hello, welcome back to another edition of Up the Reds TV with me, Andy Cambe. We've had a 2 week break. Seems like longer than that because of the shitty international break of friendlies and meaningless games. Just on that, we've seemed to have lost hopefully just one player for that game, and that's Robbo, who took a knock on his ankle, but he shouldn't be out much longer. Okay, so this one's about the Brighton preview. We play Brighton at home tomorrow, 2 o'clock kickoff, and as I say, it's the first one back after the international break. So just want to get rid of the white elephant in the room first. As it's been reported by the man himself, Xabi Alonso, this is not necessarily coming to Liverpool. He is staying at Leverkusen, and the suitors that were after him, the likes of Bayern Munich, possibly Real Madrid, and ourselves. So he's made a decision over the international break that he's going to stay with Bayer Leverkusen. And you have to commend him for that, because he thinks that he's got unfinished business to do there, which is good for him. He doesn't feel right to come to a big club as his next step. He wants to take Bayer Leverkusen into the Champions League next season and see what he can do there with them against the best. That's his decision made. Not just only coming to Liverpool, but other clubs as well. So, as you all know, he was my one and only choice, and there are other suitors out there that the club will be trying to get into. So I'm not going to make any comment about who my number two would have been. It just would rile the supporters, etc. I'll leave that to the club to announce in the near future. Right, okay, 6 weeks to go. 6 massive weeks for Liverpool Football Club, and it starts, as I said, tomorrow against Brighton. Jurgen did his press conference. Vinny O'Connor from Sky, just do one. Your first question was absolutely pathetic. If anybody watched it, said, now with Xabi Alonso staying and he's not coming to Anfield, well, he never said that, did he? Xabi Alonso, he just said he was staying. He didn't say where he was going. And he asked Jurgen, is that a good decision made by it? I mean, come off it. Jurgen is not going to give you an answer to that, is he? Because he said, I have no answer for that. He's a young manager. He's learning the ropes and whatever, but he did not want to discuss anybody who's going to take over from him at Anfield, and rightly so. So let's get to the injuries. Same old. Curtis trained yesterday and today, and he'll hopefully might not be 100% as in match fitness wise, so I don't think we'll see him on the bench. I'll be surprised if he is. It might bring him in midweek for that. So others, Canate just had a rest, so he should have been training today as well. So Trent will be back next week or two. Ali seems to be a bit longer. Gravenberg was obviously back for the United game, but wasn't involved. So he'll be there. So I think all the rest of the players are fit. So I'll quickly go through my lineup before I touch on other things that Jurgen said about Brighton and De Zerbi. My team would be obviously Kelleher, Connor playing right back, Ibu and Virgil, or I wouldn't mind seeing Kwanzaa and Virgil left back, probably play Joey, and then midfield Endo, Maka, Slobosly, and then up front you'd see Nunes was training as well, so hopefully he's had no adverse reaction. Diaz, Nunes and Mo. Jurgen was asked about the opponent. He was saying they are a very, very good, well-organised team, and it will be a massive test. Again, he asked for the 12th man, which is the crowd at Anfield, and because we've had this 2-week break, we should be very vocal tomorrow because, like I say, 6 weeks of full throttle football. We are now turned the corner of the season, and we are heading for the straight. And there's 2 other teams that are involved around us to win the league, and hopefully we get a positive result against Brighton. And obviously the game straight after that is going to be the City-Arsenal game, which all the pundits and all the TV companies and media are focusing on, which is good for our bit because they don't need to focus on our game. But as I say, it's Brighton. I think we owe Brighton a big one. They're not so bad at home, but recently on the travels they've not been doing so well, so I'm hoping that carries on at Anfield. And as I say, Jurgen wants us to be getting behind the team from the onset. So do I. Obviously, we lost the game, our last game, out the FA Cup to Man United at Old Trafford, which was disappointing. Jurgen mentions that in his programme notes. I do have a copy of the programme notes that I was passed on today, and but he gives full praise of what De Zerbi's doing at Brighton, and he said it will be a difficult test for us. He said that we should have won the game at their place, although we came away with a draw after conceding early and going 2-1 up. But yeah, he said, and we've improved since then. As he said he wouldn't have it any other way at this part of the season. He's happy where we are, and I think we all should be. I've been saying lately that we should qualify for the Champions League, the new format that will be in next season. So that'll be another one ticked off in the next week or two. I'm expecting goals in this game, and lots of chances. We've created lots and lots of chances, but we just need to start to get them converted. Score more than two or three goals. To get us over the lines and kill these games off. The bench will be strong. Gapco, Gravenberch, Elliott. I thought Elliott did really well when he came on against Manchester United, but we have got games coming through now, haven't we? Is it two, possibly 3 games in the next 2 or 3 weeks? So we need to utilise this squad in its full entirety now, as we've got the lads coming back from injury as well. So yeah, it'll be a tough one for us. We're obviously unbeaten at Anfield. I'm looking for a really good performance by the Reds. I want to see a response after the Man United game, just like you guys do, and we'll get that. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Last weekend was the Legends game, which raised a lot of money for the local community and a bit further afield as well, and also for the ex-pros that are going through hardships and and hard times. So there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. It was great to see. I watched it on LFC TV. It was great to see a full house, well supported. I don't think anybody does games like that better than Liverpool Football Club. Yeah, okay, it's not 100 miles an hour football. It's probably about 10 miles an hour when these lads have retired, but the quality was still there to be seen. And I thought it was a nice gesture for Sven to be made manager for the day weekend, and we all know what he's going through, and it was just nice of what Liverpool Football Club had done. So Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes are in place, as you know, so they'll be doing things round in the background, and we know what one of the biggest things is, or two of the biggest things that they're going to do. I think we should just leave them to get on with it. We're going to get lots of speculation now between now and the end of the season, but I just want us to concentrate on what's at hand for the next 6 weeks. Like I say, it's going to be full throttle football. The lads will have no distractions, no other rubbish international breaks. It's which is going to be really good, and we can get behind the Reds and hopefully get the business done at the business end of the season. Right, okay. So I don't know if I've got a ticket yet for the Brighton game. Somebody's working to try and get me one. I'm not 100% sure whether I will get one. If I don't, obviously I'll be watching it at home, and then I'll do a post-match video shortly after the game. If not, it'll be a later on, possibly later on when I get home. I'm only 45-50 minutes away from Anfield, so by the time I'll probably end up watching the City Arsenal game first half anyway, after the match at Anfield, if I am there, and then I'll head homeward bound. Okay, nothing else for me to say. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, share it as well, and enjoy what content I bring to you. All the content that you'll see from me will be only if it comes out of Liverpool, or it might involve Liverpool, as in the Xabi Alonso decision. As I say, it might not necessarily have been to come to Anfield, okay, but it was a roundabout effect for that. So yeah, if it's not on the Liverpool website, I won't bother bringing it up for you guys. Right, enjoy your Easter Saturday, okay. I've got the whiskey and coke out, so I'm going to just finish that off before I hit a few lagers. All right, take care. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Up the Reds.